Stop. Oh. What do you mean words? What do you mean? Stop. This is you know what? Stop. Tell me how.
Yeah, it was worse because
worse than being treated than an animal, right?
Yeah, I was joking.
I know you were joking.
No, but for example, some kind of abuse, lot of abuse, mentally, physically. So it was problematic, and it was like marriage was like for surviving. We were talking with the professor last week. And it was just for surviving, no? So as a parent, okay, I'll give you my daughter, and I think they had also to pay something.
I don't know.
Oh, they were paid like some kind.
Oh yeah, of course, like a dowry. Yeah,
they were paid.
The good old days.
No. And so you couldn't decide, no, I don't want this guy.
Right.
I don't like him. And if you was like if you were disappointed with your man, it was really problematic, no? Because maybe we can say no a lot of. Do you have the word for man who kills woman?
Murder, I don't know.
Murder.
Domestic
Just
violence,
murder.
Domestic, whatever, I don't know. Domestic violence,
No,
is that what they call it?
No, okay, it's just murder. Because
Yeah,
we have a specific word.
Tell me, what's the word?
Femminicidio.
A man that specifically kills his wife.
Yeah, because there are a lot of cases.
Okay.
So...
Where?
In Italy,
Really?
everywhere. Yeah, a lot.
Honest.
I think one murder every 3 days.
Seriously?
Yeah, I have to check, but something like this.
Because the media sometimes they exaggerate, right?
Yeah, but there are a lot of cases,
Okay.
No, I unfortunately know some cases, real cases, yeah. So sometimes it happens, no?
Yeah.
And I forgot the point where
you were saying that men sometimes men treated women badly. That's true, but in every, how can I put this to you? In every generation and situation in life, right? There's always people who treat other people good and people who treat other people bad. There are women who have done terrible things to men, also in the past and today also. So it's like men do bad things to men do bad things to women do bad things to men do bad things to other women. Everybody does bad things to other people. So it's not like, men are doing this to women. It's just everybody is evil, so everybody's doing evil. It's not like, men, we hate women, so we're doing this to women. Everybody's doing bad things to everybody.
Yeah, that's true. For this reason, I don't like to divide, like, man versus woman. Exactly. I don't like this thing, We don't have to be, like, in a conflict like in a match, no?
You're right.
I don't like this. I think that everything depends on the person. Maybe in a family, I think there is also a mutual like decision of the way to do something, no? How to grow your children, how to divide responsibility into the house. I don't know. I think that it's something that is natural.
It is, yes, 100%. But the reason why when you are picking a man as a woman, you have to pick a man that you know that you trust. To trust somebody means that you will follow them. You can follow them even when you don't understand what they're doing. And there are some times where maybe what you want and maybe what the guy wants is different. And both of you cannot come to an agreement. And somebody has to listen to the other person. Now, in these situations, that's why you have to be able to choose it. You have to be able to be with a guy that you know you can follow because you trust him even when you don't understand what he's doing. So it's not like, in general, in the family, the husband and the wife will always talk. They always talk about things, okay, this is how we do things. But there's sometimes where one person has to be like, okay, no, we don't agree, but this is how we're going to do it. And the other person has to follow. And that's where the problem comes in, because if we're telling people that marriage is like, oh, it's a 50-50 thing, it's not. There's no relationship in life that is 50-50. It's impossible.
No. Also because I don't believe in 50-50. Like I'm 100 and you are 100, you know.
Sounds nice.
Yeah. Like I don't believe in the half. I'm my half. I don't need a half. I'm complete. No? I have 2 hands, I have 2 feet. So it's okay, no?
But what I meant when I said 50-50.
Yeah. No. I don't know. I was just making an example, no? So we are 100%. Okay. Also, if you want to say 50% because we're a couple, for example. There will be some moment in which I will be in my 30, and you have to be. I'm 30, so you will be the 70, no, of the couple. The 100% is the relationship, no. Right. Yeah. So it's not something. Okay, we have to be always 50-50 or 100-100. We have to be to balance, no. So I think there is a good movie, it's an Italian movie, that says that the secret for a good relation is to make a step behind, no? Sometimes. Like if you are trying to have an agreement, but you can't reach this agreement, okay, just make that step behind and say, okay, and try to find something new. Because, for example, it's not right that sometimes we're face to face, no? I see a 6 and you see a 9. No? In my opinion it's 6, in your opinion it's 9. And I'm telling you it's 6, it's not 9, and you keep going, it's 9. But maybe in another perspective, you will see my 6 and I will see your 9. Okay. So it's complicated, it's not easy, no? But I think that in everything there is an agreement. And if it's not, if you can't reach it, no? You have to find something else or look at things in another perspective.
I totally agree with what you're saying. And it works not just in like relationships between men and women, it works in every type of relationship.
Yeah.
But the only problem is that sometimes, first of all, one person has to agree to take a step back, right? That's the first thing. And secondly, in a situation where you are together, like for example, a married couple, you don't have the option of saying, okay, you say it's 9, let's agree to disagree, and I will walk away, you walk away. You don't have that option. Because you have to be together. You took a vow that you, for better or worse, and health, till death do you part. Right, so you took a vow, which means that no matter what, you still have to be together. So in that situation, somebody has to defer to the other person. Sometimes the man might defer and be like, okay, you know what, you can have it your way, right? You do it your way. But when he decides that he wants to do it his way, I think a woman should be respectful enough to agree. And
why a man shouldn't be respectful?
I just said he should be in the first one.
Why a man, no?
Sorry?
Why in the opposite side?
No. A man will also listen to his woman sometimes.
So
yeah.
It's the same, no?
It's the same, but it's just that he's more in authority of those. For example, if he chooses to listen to her instead of listen to what he wants to do, right? It's fine. That's his choice. But if he says, okay, this time we're going to do it this way, she should listen to him, not as a choice. She should. It's as an obligation.
No.
Yes.
No.
As an obligation. That's the difference.
No, I'm sorry.
No, I can see that.
No, it depends on the situation, you know.
A lot of people think what you think, and that's why they're divorced.
I don't care, no, I don't think that somebody who is forced to say yes just because you're the man. No.
But it has to be something like that sometimes, not all the time, but it has to be like that
but
sometimes.
also the opposite.
That's what I told you sometimes.
No, it's okay.
No,
It's a kind of agreement. Like
it's not okay. It's an agreement. Like he can decide today. Okay, you know what? Let's do it your way. But if he says let's do it my way, she should do it his way. Not like she thinks, oh maybe. It's an obligation. She should be like, you know what? I trust you. You're a good leader. I know you make the right decision for us. Boom.
And if that man is not a good leader, but
then
is
why
a
did she
bad
marry
leader,
him? Why did she marry him then? If he's not a good leader, what? It's her fault, right? If she married a guy that's not a good leader, it's her fault.
maybe she is the good leader.
Sorry?
Maybe she is the good leader.
You're talking about a different thing now because that's a totally different dynamic.
It's too general, you know. It's impossible to say something about it, no?
You know why? Well, to be honest, it's general, but life always there will always be situations like this, 100%, where compromise, somebody has to listen to the other, 100%, and the women that listen, they stay married forever. In a perfect world.
No. I can see in this way, but because I think I grew up in Sardinia, no?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Sardinia is one of the most important, I don't know what to say, part of the world in which is the woman who decides in the family, you know.
Decides what?
Like everything, that is the leader of the family. So I can't...
It's an abomination. Yeah, go on.
I know. You didn't expect that, but yeah.
Does it work?
Yeah. My grandparents are together, I don't know for how many years, but she's 86 and he is 94. So
what do you mean by decides everything? Explain this to me. Like, I really need to understand
like
this.
You were talking about the good leader. Yeah. So in Sardinia, is the woman who is the leader of the family.
That's wild.
Yeah. So, for example, we had a lot of criminals. It's a particular story, this, no?
Mm-hmm.
And, for example, the man was the criminal, no?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But it was his wife, no, that decided everything and coordinate the things, no? And coordinate also the family and protect him in some ways. And he protect her in some other ways. Okay. But the crucial, like, part of the family is the woman.
Yeah.
And so it works like in the opposite, I think, of the rest of the world.
Sardinia is like, is it a failed society or is it a prosperous society?
It works. And we have, it's also studied because we have a lot of old people, like some cities we have a lot of people that are over the 100 years, so years old, no, like 104, 160, 16, no. So it works because we're still here, you can see me.
I mean, it works in a time of peace, I guess. But I mean, any man that's living a life where he's living and a woman is telling him everything to do, he must feel emasculated. Do you know what emasculated means?
Yeah.
I don't think any man will feel. Some men do it, but believe me, you will not feel like a complete man if you're living a life like that. But I guess some of those guys are, you know what? Men will do anything for women. Trust me.
Okay.
Like, a lot of guys will do anything for women. They will accept things that they don't like just because they're happy to be with a woman, you know?
Okay.
And maybe that's what happened in Sardinia.
Probably, yeah. I don't know, but Sardinia was like in the opposite part of the rest of the world. So I grew up in completely another...
Now I have to go see for myself.
Yeah.
now I really have to go see.
You have to, yeah.
But that's fascinating, honestly. It's
yeah, because, it's completely different. because maybe in Sicily, that is the other big island of Italy, of Italy, the man was the one who is the leader of the family, and like some kilometers away there is Sardinia, that everything was completely different.
So the men in Sicily are more men than the men in Sardinia, obviously.
No, are not are men in the same way, like the same way.
You know what's funny?
Completely, yeah.
I'll tell you something funny, Carla.
Okay.
I just thought about this right now. When I was young, like a kid, like 7, maybe 8 years old or 12 years old,
Okay.
if I was in a relationship with a girl, she would probably be the leader in the relationship. You know why? Because I was just happy to have the girl. So I would just do whatever she wanted just because I was happy. But when you really become a man, you don't behave like that anymore. And I think the men of Sardinia, they're too romantic. Probably. That's their problem.
No.
You know? They're not romantic.
No.
But I mean romantic in the way like they are so happy to have the woman that they have and they don't want to lose that woman. So they'll do anything to keep that woman. You know? I mean,
No, like nowadays, no.
nowadays.
No, yeah.
So the younger guys are not like this.
Yeah, I don't know, because I'm old right now for young guys.
What do you mean you're old? You're like what?
Yeah, but I'm too old for young guys, so I don't know now.
But when I say young guys, I mean like guys even in their 30s, 40s, like. It's difficult to say.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know also because I'm living here, so. And I'm not giving a lot of importance of like my.
What's going on?
Just care about myself right now, no, and my happiness and my mental health and these things. So.
I remember you talked about your father last time we were talking to Father Lafrani, and like you talked about how he's like you didn't like to see him when he was going through difficult times.
No, it's just because I'm too empathic, no. And when I see somebody else who is talking about something that made him suffering a lot, and of course also because he's my father in this example, it's too much for me. A lot of times, like some of my friends told me something, or one of my friends starts crying, and I start crying because I'm too empathic and I feel bad for this, no? And I can feel the same
pain,
same pain, same emotions. I feel so sad. So just for this, and also because like my father, no, his father died when he was just 16. So I start to overthink about it, no, and I got scared of that. That maybe some of my parents will die in the,
at a young age.
Yeah, but not in the future. That is too future.
Too far.
Yeah. So I start just to overthink it. It's not that I don't like to see my parents weak. No, I think nobody likes it.
No one.
So it's something that is objective, I think, no? But just this, yeah, I'm too empathic, no? Sometimes I feel that I can't handle other suffering, and for this reason I decide to work on psychology of work, like in another, not for example clinic psychology or with children, no.
It's too much,
really too much for me, yeah.
But that's I think it's a good trait to be empathetic, to have a lot of empathy. I think it's a good thing for a woman.
Yeah, also for a man, I think that everybody should be empathic. Maybe not that much as me because it's really too much, but it's a good thing to understand others' emotion, others' feeling, and because we live also of emotions, not just we just talk about of material things, no. Like money, to have a house, to have a job, but I think there is also something else, no?
There is, of course. There's the emotional aspect of life, and there's a spiritual aspect of life, and then there's the emotional aspect of life, which is also connected to your mind as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the spiritual aspect of life is the most important aspect of life. I mean, where you connect, now I'm getting spiritual, where you connect with God, and then, you know, you're able to connect with your fellow mankind, you know, together. And so I do agree the emotional aspect is important. And I think it's good for people to have a lot of empathy. But I do think that it's important for some people to have less empathy than others, because, like you said, balance. You need to have that balance. And if everybody is very full of empathy, I don't think we can function properly.
Oh, no.
No, exactly.
I totally agree.
Yeah, so I think some people need to be a bit more cold. Not cold, but maybe detached from others. Yeah, detached from other things like that. And to be honest, I think it's something you can train. You can actually train yourself to be like that. I'm not saying you should do that.
Yeah, sure.
No, don't do that. Be nice, empathetic, Carla, and stay like that.
Yeah, no. Also because I think it's important when you work in a specific sector, for example, psychology.
Mm-hmm.
But for example, if I decide to work with children, I already know that for me it will be too much, and I can't handle all of that, because I saw some kids that were struggling with some problems, who had abuses from the family,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see the drawings, no?
Mm-hmm.
And no, like
it's horrible.
It's horrible. Like,
Mm.
trust me, it's really horrible, and you feel you can do anything, no?
Yeah.
Because they're just kids, and it's not your fault. But for me, it's too much. For example.
But you know what's funny? It's maybe sometimes you know you can't do anything, but sometimes people just need someone who feels the emotions like you feel. Sometimes maybe that's all they need.
Yeah, and I think that other people understand this, can feel it, no?
Yeah.
I have a friend. He's not young. He's like 40 and something years old, and we were working together in a gym, no?
Mm-hmm.
And once I was just training myself, like I was enjoying my time, and he came to me crying. And I was like, oh, what happened?
Yeah.
And he started talking to me. He suffered from depression, I don't know for how many years. And he has also some other problems, like addiction to I don't know how many substances. So a lot of things, no? But with other people, people at the gym, no? Who were there from like a long period, not like me. He didn't say anything, no? Just to me. And when I was in a high school, once a girl came in my class crying. And she called me big sister.
Mm-hmm.
You are my big sister, but I never saw her, not this close.
Mm-hmm.
Just maybe when you're going to the toilet when you're at school, no?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I'm sad. She came to me like crying, and I hugged her. Like it was like, okay, what I have to do, no?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that people can feel it, no?
Yeah.
So it's important that this.
Maybe this is what God wants you to do. It's like He's showing you what He wants you to do in life for people. I mean, you can see. I mean, people trust you. I mean, they can. So.
Yeah, and I don't understand why, no? Because there's something that you can show.
Exactly. It's a spiritual thing.
Exactly.
It's a gift from God.
Yeah, it's a gift.
No, really. I'm really being serious.
Me too. And also, we were talking last day. I tried to see the beauty in everything, no? In flowers, for example, I love flowers. Colors in the rain, stupid things, no? Basic things, no? And I think it's good.
You sound like an angel.
I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm not.
But you sound like one.
I sound like it's just because of blonde hair.
blonde
blue
hair.
eyes, yeah.
Yeah, you do have blue eyes.
Yeah.
What's that? Actually, your eyes are like the ocean. You know the ocean picture of the ocean you showed me like before we started talking? Yeah, your eyes are like...
Yeah, but they change. Like they have no color, no specific color. Sometimes they're gray, sometimes they're green. Yeah.
Another blessing from God. How unique. I mean, can you... That, to me, that's like super cool. Like that's another blessing from God, no?
Maybe, yeah.
Don't you think so?
It's a problem, like when I have to do my ID card, no? And they have to put eye color, and they said, what color is it? Maybe I have some green shirt or some kind of this, and they say, okay, they're green. And I said, no, usually they're like blue.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a problem, for example. Or they're gray, so it depends really.
But it's a good problem to have. It's a funny problem. It's actually really unique. You know, I don't think there are many people in the world that have like, you know, the eye colors changed like that much.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
A lot? I don't think it's that much.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah. I never thought about this.
Look like an angel, sound like an angel.
Behave not like an angel.
You
But
see, only an angel will say they don't behave like an angel. So maybe you really, 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 really are an angel. Because you say you don't behave like an angel. And an angel will be modest enough to say she doesn't behave like an angel.
we have to ask the professor, I don't know.
Okay, we'll ask him. No, but you know what? I really enjoyed us talking today because you've like made a lot of good points. And you know, it's funny. If I had the same conversation where I'm having with you with a different type of girl who's like really emotional, and the feminist type, they'll be so angry,
Yeah,
you know,
no.
and we won't be able to make sense. But I feel like you said a lot of things that make sense, and I agree with pretty much everything you said. You know, that one thing about like, you know, a woman listening to the guy, it's just that one thing we don't agree with, but everything else we agree with, you know, which is perfect.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
the fact is that, just to resume everything, I don't think that is a war between a man
It's
and a
not,
woman.
yeah.
No, and I don't like this thing. Like nowadays, everything is a match. Okay, I have to win over you. I don't think it's that. Like we can, things has to be natural. It's not like if I'm a woman and in my future I won't work because of a lot of reasons. I don't know. I don't think that the man should expect that. Okay, so you don't work, you're not working, or maybe also the opposite, no? I have to command you. No.
Relationships are not like that. You know?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, like there are a lot of situations, and I don't know. I think that we have to stop to see a war between us. It's not a man versus woman. We have to be together. Like
You're right, but you need to tell that to other women because it's the women that are fighting this whole battle right now between men and women. So you need to talk to them. Tell other women.
Yeah, I know. For example, you know, in Italian we have we use the A. Not the hey, no, yeah, the hey to change, like for feminine, for example, my name is Carla. If I was a man, it was Carlo, yeah. And it's also with jobs and for a lot of things. And now they're changing a lot of names. That doesn't sound so good, in my opinion, no? For example, I don't want to speak Italian, but they're changing names, no? And I don't think this, like, you're just focus on stupid things. It's not the problem of a name. If they don't define me with a feminine name, because I'm working as a psychologist, no? We say psicologa. It doesn't change my role. Then I think that everybody is free, no, to use the word they prefer.
I totally
But
agree.
it's not the problem. Like we must focus on really important things, you know, because people think that this gap between men and women is something to an higher level, no? And don't think that maybe women can do some kind of work just because we physically can't do it. No, like of course
but that's
we
exactly
care.
the thing.
So,
You know what? Thank you, God. That I'm having an intelligent conversation today because, you can actually talk to some girls and they just say some really stupid things like, trying to pretend that things that are not real are real. And it's not just women today. Even men are doing this. It's like we live in a world now where there's no objective reality. So someone can look at the sky and see that the sky is blue and say, no, I feel like the sky is red. And because you feel like the sky is red, the sky must be red. And it's crazy. So it's not really just about men versus women or women versus men. It's the whole of society. It's like there is no truth anymore. It's like everyone is confused. It's like over stupid things, little stupid things that don't even matter, and everybody's like. So remember when I said to Father Lufrani that I said that the world is getting worse? These are the kind of things I'm talking about, because these things are getting worse and worse and worse,
Yeah, I think that they're just stupid things.
They are stupid things.
And we are focusing on stupid things.
But you know what's funny? There's nothing new under the sun. Like, there's nothing new in this world. I mean, every stupid thing that's happening now has happened before. I'm pretty sure there was a time in history that crazy stuff like this happened, and it's just repeating itself again.
Like, yeah, we were the witches, no?
There are witches today, even today. So, what are you talking about? I mean, even that has never changed. It was always then, and even is now. So.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
But it's a crazy world. Carla, I'm so glad you decided to do this today. I'm been glad. A true pleasure, and I hope people enjoy this conversation we've had. She made it difficult for me because she was saying intelligent things, which is good, But anyways, guys, till the next time, the next one I'm probably going to try and talk about the Ukraine conflict with a professor of mine. So look forward to that. Once again, thank you, Carla.
Thank you for calling me.
And, like I said, it was... Right, so it's been great, and guys, till the next time.